Hey guys, welcome back to Cultivation with Christy. I am Christy and these are worms. Today we are going to be making a worm composting bin system. So there's a lot of videos on YouTube and information out there about how you can do it, and it pretty much sounds like you can't screw it up. So any way you want to do it is probably going to work. So we're going to find out. So I'm going with a 3-bin system, and I got the big bins. So these are the 18-gallon storage tote. I actually got these at Rural King. They're like $7 a piece, which if you find broken ones and whatnot at Walmart, then that'll probably work and they'll probably discount them for you. So the idea is, let me show you. First bin will be intact, no holes. This will be for catching all of the water that comes from the other 2 bins. The second bin will stack on top of this set of bricks here to give it some area for the water to catch, right? And then this bin will have holes along the top for air flow and holes around the bottom so it can drain through. And this bin is where your worms are gonna live. Now the next bin, which I have full of my browns currently, will stack on top of this bin, and eventually, once we have enough castings in the second bin, we will start filling the top bin so the worms will move up to the top bin. Then we can take and swap them out. So we can harvest the castings from the middle bin. The worms will be in the top bin, then we can put the middle bin on the top. Anyway, I'll show you. So, step 1. I've stacked these bins together, and I'm just going to drill a hole through both of the bins for less work, right? So, oh, somebody's got it backwards. Okay, I got my holes in the bins, in the top, and drainage in the bottom. Now what we're gonna do, let me see if I can get you with my wild hair. There. Okay, now in this bin, I'm gonna put 1 layer. You can put cardboard, you can put brown paper bag, just something to block the worms from escaping out the bottom. Now, even if they could get out the bottom, they will likely not go, because once they learn that there is no food, no soil, no water, they'll probably come back in, because they breathe through the water, the moisture in the soil. So they probably won't go anywhere. After we get in the bag in the bottom here, we're gonna add in some compost. So I'm gonna add some compost with a little bit of garden soil, just because I don't want it too acidic, because worms do not like to be acidic. So probably plenty. Now what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of water, just because this soil was very dry, and worms don't like to be soupy. They like the consistency of about a wrung out sponge. So if you're dripping wet, it's too much. So I'm just gonna mix that, and that's rainwater. Ideally you want soil that doesn't have, or water that doesn't have any chlorine, but it is what it is. Alright, now we're gonna add in our wormies. See what we got going on here. Look at them wrigglers. These are red wigglers. I got 3 cups of 30. They are community. I hope these are alive. Maybe they're just stunted or hungry. Did get them from Walmart. Full disclosure, so let's see what happens. I may have to buy more. Yeah, they're moving around. They're probably just hungry. I hope. They're definitely not as active as they should be. And they don't like the sunlight, so. Alright, now we're going to add in some grit. This can be coffee. This can be eggshells that have been dried and ground up. This is my coffee from this morning. It can be, you could probably use chicken grit, like if you have grit for your chickens. I'm assuming that'll be similar. Give them some nice grit. And we're going to put in the greens, their food. So, some people will go ahead and juice it up, like take the stuff out of the juicer that's all wet, and or put it in a blender and blend it up, but I don't think you really need to do that. Like I said, we'll see. I'm just gonna break all this up though. I bet you could probably put it in full. Yeah, those worms are moving around now. Alright, and then after our greens, here I'll show you. I only put it on one side, that way if they want to get away from the stuff, they can. Then after the greens, we're going to put some of the browns, which I saved from the yard. Just to kind of tuck them in. Also got some vermiculite, which I'm going to have to go in and get scissors for. Alright, now we're going to add the vermiculite, which I probably should have done that with the grit. But I don't know what I'm doing. If you're doing this or watching this as a tutorial video, maybe just wait and see what happens. I'm probably gonna do trash. I'm probably gonna do another layer. Now I'm gonna add grit. This is just an actual coffee that we didn't like all that much. Some people suggested using azomite too. Not exactly sure what that is for, but I couldn't find any, so we're not doing it. Put it in my garden thing with a spout. That way I didn't just dump it in there. No, I kind of am anyway. Then we're going to top it off with some more browns. Just to kind of tuck them in. I don't want rose bushes. Alright. So now we stack. Alright, now we're going to stack them up. So I laid the bricks down at the bottom of this. That way there was less gap, because when I put them in here before I noticed there was a gap. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Now we're going to stack this on top. Which really don't have to do that until I'm ready to use this one. So I may just keep that one on standby. And then I thought I brought a lid out here. Hang on, let me go find my lid. Okay, lid, no holes. Ta-da! See, I've got the holes for aeration. I've got some separation in the bottom, so there'll be some airflow there as well. So, I guess that's it. We'll see what happens. I'll probably keep them in the garage since tonight it's not supposed to get freezing, but Sunday night and Monday night, today is Saturday. Sunday night and Monday night is supposed to be close to, if not below freezing. So I'll move them in there so they'll be nice and warm. And then eventually they'll sit out here on my patio on that little spot. It says on the container that you're supposed to store them between 38 and 74 degrees. I don't know. I don't know if they can live outside in that way, or I need to keep them inside. But either way, a lot of people keep worm bins inside. They don't have a smell that you have to worry about like with composting. So you can keep them inside. Some people keep them in their basement. Some people keep them actually in the kitchen so they can put kitchen scraps in there for them. If I have to keep them inside, we'll probably keep them in the garage. It's insulated, it's not heated, but it should be fine. If you have experience with a worm farming, worm composting, vermicomposting. I said vermiculite because I see the bag over here. Anyway, let me know. Let me know how that has gone for you. Have any tips, tricks, suggestions? I think you're supposed to put food scraps in there about once a week, but I'll dig down there and see how they're doing, if they're settling in okay. But anyway, that is it. That's the next adventure marked off the list. I don't take this as a tutorial on a how-to. Take it as you are watching me either gracefully succeed or sadly fail. And I'll keep you updated. Until next time, guys.